Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha Calamaris. Today, I am very excited. I have Dr. Kelly Galt here with me, and she's a superintendent of Lake Stark District 95. Welcome, Dr. Galt. Thank you for taking the time to be with me today.
Thank you.
That's good. All right. Could you tell us a little bit about you and your position as superintendent for District 95?
Sure. Well, first, I'm a mom of four. I have three boys and a daughter. I have two grandchildren, a granddaughter and a grandson, and then I have another grandson on the way. So I'm really excited about that. We just found out. I have one son who's in the Naval Reserves and another one that will be commissioned on Friday.
Wow.
I've taught for several years before becoming an administrator. I've been an assistant principal, a director, an assistant superintendent. And actually, this is my first year as superintendent. And so I feel very fortunate to be able to be the superintendent and this to be the first time in Lake Zurich. What a great community to be able to serve. So, uh,
Good, good.
okay.
Getting started, a parent in our community mentioned your disciplined practice of clear, timely, and complete communications with families. Can you tell us how you and your staff have been able to make sure that everyone is updated in a timely manner?
Well, first of all, we spend a lot of time making sure that we're in tune with what ISB and with what our state is saying. So making sure that we communicate effectively once we hear from them. Additionally, we hold regular meetings. So I meet with the cabinet, which is the district, probably our senior leadership team. To start with, we were meeting twice daily. I met with principals every single day. I met with the district leadership team, which is our larger leadership team that spreads out beyond principals on a regular basis. I also meet with the staff. So every single week, I have a day where I meet with elementary staff, then I meet with middle school staff from both schools, and then high school staff. And I think making sure that we're all connected and that I'm hearing what's going on at each one of our schools is important to making sure that we are communicating effectively from the district perspective. I continually review ISB guidance, and the staff at district office spends a lot of time making sure that we are compliant and that we're reviewing everything as it comes out. They continue to share information with us on a daily basis.
Mhm.
I participate no matter when we're told. Sometimes I'm told on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock, and
Mhm.
then to participate on a Sunday morning with the state. And so when the state provides guidance, we're ready and available for them. And so then that information then can be communicated in a more timely basis to our families. Additionally, I think for me, one of the most important things is that I'm a mom of four kids. And so I try really hard to think through that perspective and what would I want to know as a
Right.
parent, as a guardian. Um, I've been a teacher for a number of years. What would I want to know from the teacher perspective, from the principal perspective? And I think, being a mom and having four kids, I also try to understand what it would be like from a student perspective too, and what they would like to hear and what they would want to know about our current situation. So just trying really hard to make sure that I wear the multiple hats I should, and that the team that really is responsible for all of the work, that they're looking at it through multiple perspectives, and that we listen. Our parents provide an incredible amount of good feedback, suggestions, and very, very respectful criticism and critiquing. And all of that information, I think, helps us to communicate better. And when we fall short, and sometimes we do, we're able then to send out additional communications that helps everybody to understand what the intent was.
I think you guys have done an excellent job with that. And speaking as a parent in the district, I really like that there's typically one direct email. We're not getting emails from the school and from different places. Our communication comes directly from you, and that has been wonderful. So I know the mental and physical well-being of our students is a priority to you and your staff. Please share with us how these needs are being met, and how do you advise district families and students who are in a position where help is needed to reach out?
So even from the very beginning, when we first put our e-learning in place, really for us, monitoring attendance, while that doesn't seem like it would help us to understand the mental and physical needs of our children and our families, it does. So making sure we have regular check-ins on a daily basis was so important and critical for us to make sure people are okay. So our staff are constantly checking in with families. We have ways to check, through the teacher lens, through the building lens, through the district lens. And so making sure all of those things are in play has been critical for us to be able to provide for anybody who has had a need. We have regular meetings with staff to make sure that our staff know that we empower our staff to have strong relationships and strong connections with families. And if they hear of something or they hear of a need, they immediately then transfer that need to an administrator. And then sometimes that need can be met at the building level. Other times that needs a stronger network to be able to support the family if the needs go beyond what the school can provide. And so that's our job. Our job is to then take that information from our staff and then help where we can help, and then connect families with other resources if that connection is necessary. We do have meal pickups and deliveries, and I think making sure some basic needs are met is so critical to even the social emotional well-being of our families. And our kids can't engage, they can't learn if the basic needs have not been met.
Right.
And so our goal is to meet the basic needs, and then we can expect some learning to happen. And so that's really been our goal from the very beginning, is to make sure that we're doing everything we can. We communicate every time. I think, at first I started communicating with parents and saying, if you have needs, please let us know. We certainly have it on the website, but additionally, I communicate with, and I don't know how many people know this, but I communicate with our students in grades 6 through 12. They have email addresses through the district. So oftentimes I'll send the same communication out to them, or it might be a little bit different based on them being in grades 6 through 12, but they get the information too, so that if they are missing a resource and their parents may not have time to respond right away, the student knows that they can go ahead and they can respond to our feedback, and then we will respond with whatever that need is and we'll meet it. And I think so, I hope that all of our families who have a need, that they understand and they know where to go for help. And certainly if they don't, they can reach out to me directly. They can reach out to a building leader, to a teacher, to a staff member. We'll help them in any way we can.
Good, that's great. Okay, so how has the transition of e-learning been, and do you feel it's going well? And what are some of those challenges of implementing this model literally overnight, especially for your K through 5? I think they had iPads thrown into their backpacks the last day before spring break. Here you go. So how's it going?
That just might be true. Bus drivers handing them out as well. Yes. Well, I think that for the majority of families, it's probably going as well as can be expected. Is it perfect? No. Are there things that we have done and we continue to do to refine our process on a weekly basis? Yes. We listen to the feedback that we get, and we try very hard to respond to make sure that we're meeting the various needs of staff, of students, and of parents. So it's changed and shifted over time, and I think that that's to be expected in order for us to respond. Our biggest challenge has really been, it was around what you mentioned, which was deploying devices in a very, very short period of time. So our 4th and 5th graders were the first ones we deployed to. Our pre-K 3, really what we did was we met the need of those who asked for the device. And so we put it out there and we said, we have devices, here's where you can pick, when you can pick them up. I would say we probably have about half of our families who went ahead and they, then probably about a half did not. However, since first handing them out, we have had some families that continue to come and pick up devices as they've learned that different needs might be in place at home as we become, better equipped at providing virtual learning. I would say, our families were thrown into a situation where they're still trying to navigate what it's like to work either from home or work outside of the home, and then try to find a way to act as sometimes that mediator between school and students and support and be a coach and a cheerleader at home to their kids during that learning time. And I think that that has been hard. I also think probably the most important piece is that we miss the kids. You know, we're a relationship organization. We're all about building relationships and using that opportunity and the strong relationships and commitment and care that we show to our kids to help our students continue to learn. And so for us not to have access to our students that's been the hardest piece of e-learning, I would say, from the very beginning. And it continues to be a hard piece.
Yeah, I agree. And I watched the video that middle school North sixth graders did today, and it was so sweet to hear all the kids saying, I miss you. I miss being there. So that was a really nice video that was sent out. So you kind of answered my next question, was just, you know, most parents are not educators. And what advice would you give to a parent who might be feeling overwhelmed with remote work or e-learning right now?
Well, the first thing I would say is the same thing that I say to teachers, which is, you know, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace. You're doing a good job. And sometimes, you know, we just have to take a breath and know what we're doing. Our best has to be good enough. And everybody was thrown into the situation. And so I would tell parents to, you know, give themselves a little grace. I would also encourage them to remember that everybody learns differently. And so for some people, e-learning is going to be very easy. For other people and other kids, it's not. And so, you know, ask for help when they need it. We do have opportunities for, you know, for some students, e-learning is working. For other students, we do hand deliver and pick up work from the homes. And so if those paper resources and materials are important to the learning and growth of a particular student, we're going to make that happen. And so really understanding that it's okay for kids, even within the same family, for different kids to have different needs that need to be met. So, you know, that would be another thing. And then I want families to continue to let us know when they need help and not be afraid to ask for it. Whether that help might mean that we need a tutor, whether that help might mean that, you know, we need to reach out and provide some technology guidance and one-on-one support in the home. We'll do all of those things. We just need to know. But I want our families to know we're committed to them. And while it might look different right now, we're still committed and we still want to be there.
I love that. You know, a couple things I want to end this with saying, first of all, thank you. You have a huge following in the short amount of time that you've been with us. I did reach out to several people and I was excited that I was interviewing with you, and so many parents and students also, they told me about their interactions with you. And while their interactions with you are certainly, you know, mean something to you, it also means something to them. You are at activities, you are at events, you are there, you are present. And I think that that's really great. So I would love to offer you a moment to say something to the families, the students of our community. They would love to hear from you. So here's your chance.
Well, one, I miss you. And I miss being present at all of those things because you know, we're here to serve our kids. We're here to serve our families. That's why we exist. And so it's because of our kids, and that has to be our primary focus. So for us not to be able to be there in person, we're trying really, really hard to be there virtually. So I think that's kind of, I feel like since I've been in the district, that's been our stance, is you have to be there for each other and be there for our kids. And so I want them to know that we're continuing to be there. It might look a little bit different. It might not look normal the way we would normally be there, but we're there in mind. And, you know, I feel terrible that I can't be at their events, that I'm not as present and as engaged in their education right now, because that's something that I really enjoy. I enjoy being in the classroom. I enjoy getting to know what's going on in our buildings. I think that's how we show people we genuinely care, is by being there. So I hope that the kids and the families know that no matter what, that I care, that our district cares, that our staff cares. And even though we're not there in person, I hope they remember that.
I think they certainly do. In closing, there's a couple things that I had told, like I told you, I had mentioned I was interviewing, and some parents and some of your staff members wanted me to give you some of their words. So some of the things that they used to describe you was perfect balance of strength and grace, helped keep us calm during challenging times. A teacher said, as a teacher in this district, she is the kindest, strongest, and most empathetic leader we could wish for. She cares about education, students, and the staff of LZ 95 community. She's an amazing leader and always goes beyond the expected. She's transparent, responsive, and an exceptional leader. So I wanted to say thank you so much for your time today. I know that you are you because of your staff and because of the community. I speak for everybody here. We're very thankful to have you leading us, and we will make sure to continue to follow your guidance, and hopefully we can see you in the fall.
That is my greatest hope too. I really hope that we can finally be face to face again. And so
Yeah.
thank you. I really appreciate it. And, thank you to everyone. I hope that, especially Teacher Appreciation Week, I know it's different, but I hope our teachers feel appreciated.
I think they do. So thank you very much, Dr. Galt.
Thank you.